we are going to get ready to have a training today on what it means to share big, okay? And I'm going to break down the word share, and each of the letters is going to mean something different, okay? So stick with me here. I hope you guys get something from this training. Just to kind of start out, I personally, now this is just Mel Bel, I personally don't like the word recruit in the way, because to me sometimes recruiting just seems like you're trying to get someone to do something that they may or may not want to do. So I personally like to say share. So I kind of use the words interchangeably, but just know in the back of my mind, I just prefer to say we're sharing this opportunity. And give me some love and some hearts if Paparazzi has done anything for you. If you have gained any money, if you have gained any friends, any relationships that you think are amazing, if you have learned anything new about the business, about yourself, if you've been able to go on any trips, if you've been able to set your own schedule, if you've been able to work from home in the middle of a pandemic, if you've been able to do anything like that, I feel like it's our responsibility to share this business opportunity. So comment below if you are watching this video and let me know one thing that you have learned about yourself or about anything on your journey just from being a part of Paparazzi, okay? If you have, that thing that you share below is something that someone else out there needs. So the first thing I want to get out the way is I could sit here and teach you everything under the sun, every technique possible on sharing the business opportunity. I could tell you you should say this at this time in this way, and obviously rainbows and sunshine should populate from that, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you don't fully believe in what you're saying, if you are too nervous to kind of share what it is that you want to say, you're going to have a hard time with getting the information out, okay? So the first thing you want to focus on is you. You want to look in the mirror and say, I am capable of doing this. I am a boss. I have everything I need to be successful in building this team, to share this amazing opportunity with others. A lot of it, again, is just that confidence piece. It's just that little piece that says, I believe in this so much that I feel like it's my responsibility to make sure that other people understand how amazing this business is. Because Paparazzi really is an amazing business. I can just tell you a little bit about myself in this way. I have since, and I'll just tell you guys a little bit about what Paparazzi has been able to do for me and my family. Again, I've been in this business for a little less than 3 years. I'm a fashionista in the company, which you all know is Elite. And when I started, I had never gone live before. I had never talked to anyone about any kind of business before. I didn't have a lot of family and friend support. Anything that you could think that would help a person along the way in a journey, I didn't have a lot of those things. I didn't have a whole lot of upline team support in that way when I first started. My sponsor had started like 2 weeks before me. So I think her kit arrived around the time that I joined. So it wasn't like I joined with like this perfect scenario of success. It was literally me jumping in it and saying, I'm going to commit to being successful in this thing. I'm going to go after it, and I'm going to make this business amazing. Even if all the odds are stacked against me, I'm still going to run for it, and I'm still going to try to be great in this. So that speaks to you too. If you really want this thing and it really means something to you, be willing to go after it with everything you've got, okay? And again, a big part of the 3 ways that we make money, of course, we know direct sales, website sales, and then that third stream is going to be building your team and talking to people about this opportunity. When I joined, I was very fearful to talk to new people. I didn't know, if I was saying the right things, if people were going to think I was crazy or whatever, but I just decided to run for it and really give it my best. So in that time from me joining to now, I was able to pay off my car note in full. My family and I, we were able to move into a house that's double the size of the house of our last house on 2 acres of land. I bought my mom a new truck in cash. I paid for it in a check. I've been able to recently resign from my full-time job of over 15 years to do Paparazzi full-time. This is not something that happens overnight. This is not something that you kind of just wake up and fall into. It's a lot of diligence. It's a lot of consistency. It's a lot of being fearless. And so again, I want to share with you that I would love to say, here's point A, B, and C, and it's going to work, but it's really going to require you to step out of your comfort zone and be fearless in you talking to people about the business. It means being fearless and running for it, even when you're uncomfortable, even when you don't really know what to say. You can learn what to say. And I will venture to tell you that there is a right and a wrong way to go about sharing the business opportunity. Yes, we do want to just make sure we're talking to people about it, but you don't want to be spammy. You don't want to come off abrasive. You don't want to come off like you don't care about the person. You want to make sure that you are doing some of the right things in order to get the right results, okay? So again, we're going to break down the word share today, and I want you guys to take some notes and even watch this on the replay if you need to, because again, it's something that I think will really help us, help you guys on your journey. A little bit about me as my sharing, just to give you my credibility in this area. I have 70 direct sponsor business partners as of today, and I'm Crown Club 25, pushing for Crown Club 50. But again, my goal is to share as often as I can, because you just never know who needs this blessing. Just earlier today, I was at breakfast with my family, and our waitress, I pulled her to the side at the end, and I'm like, I usually have jewelry to give away. I don't have any jewelry with me, but I really want to connect with you. I could send you something in the mail. Do you like working here? I don't want to throw you off or anything. I know that you're working, but she was on a break. And I said, do you like it here? Could you use some extra money, extra income? I work for this company called Paparazzi Accessories. I'd love to give you something for free. I have a business card. If you're on social media, I'd love to connect with you. And it almost looked like she was going to cry. It almost looked like her face, you could just tell everything shifted, and she kind of pulled me over, and we had like a little private talk just in the middle of the restaurant, over to the side though. She's like, I don't want them to know what's going on. She said, my mom is a struggling or recovering addict or whatever. She said, I had just saved up enough money to get a new car, and this morning my mom stole the money, and now I have to start from scratch. Now again, how many of us would just normally just go to a restaurant, thank the waitress, give them a nice little tip, and go on about their day? But in that moment, I felt like it was my responsibility to share with her this business, because again, I don't know what this is going to do for her. And so I shared, I talked to her about it. I said, hey, like if this is something you're interested in. And when I told her about Paparazzi, she literally hugged me so tight. And she said, thank you so much. I need this. She said, I cannot tell you how much I need something like this. And again, throw some hearts and some love in there, because again, how many times is there somebody who needs this business? Our business gives people hope. It gives them an opportunity to see the light at the end of a dark, cloudy tunnel. And so always look for opportunities to just share this business with people, whether you think they want to do it or not. Whether it's a waitress at a restaurant or it's a CEO of a company, still share, because you just don't know what this could do to change someone's life, okay? So again, the first letter we're going to do in the word share, of course, is S, okay? S is going to be start with your heart, okay? Start with just reaching out and connecting with someone from your heart space, not from a space of I'm just trying to hit a rank or I'm just trying to make some money. You want to share with the person from your heart, and you want to just tell them why you want to reach out to them or why you think they would love the business. So you would say something like, let's say if it's a friend from grade school, she's been coming to your lives, and you think that she would be really awesome at paparazzi. You reach out to her and you say, hey, Mary, or whatever person, hey, Mary, I was just wondering if you had ever thought about doing paparazzi accessories before. I think you would be great at it because of X, Y, and Z. And you make you sharing with Mary so specific to Mary, because ever since I can remember, Mary, you have been so sweet and so kind. You have such a great sense of style. And I know that when you posted those kids that, are off to school, you may be able to use some extra income, or you may be able to use the fun that we're having in here. You always have had such a fun personality. And I know that you would fit in great with, me and the paparazzi family. Have you ever thought about it, or what are your thoughts? Simple. It's not about the 45% commission. It's not necessarily about 3 ways to make money. It's not about this and the nuts and bolts and all of that. It's literally from the heart, what you see that person would be able to benefit from in being a part of Paparazzi Accessories, okay? So one little thing I like to tell my team is we're going to give lots of kisses out, not literal kisses, but use the word kiss when you think about blowing kisses out to the world. You want to keep it super simple, okay? Keep it super simple with your kiss and when you're talking to people about the business, because I know for me, I used to over explain paparazzi and over detail it out. And I think that that kind of overwhelms people sometimes, and they kind of feel a bit like rejective of that. Like, what is all of this that they're talking to me about? Keep it simple, shoot from the heart, and just talk to people and just say, hey, this is what I see, this is why I think you'll love it, and just kind of go from there, you know? So again, start with your heart and always lead here. So whenever you're talking to anybody about the business, think with this. Don't think with your mind, and think with a processing of, oh, they're going to say no. Oh, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? No, you're just planting a seed. You're just asking questions. You're just letting people know how the business could be a blessing to them. Make this about that person. So as you're talking to them about the business, yes, you could tell them some of the things that it's doing for you, but you also want to think about them. Why would Mary want to join this business? Even if you don't really know a whole lot about a person, if it's somebody who you're not really as familiar with, go to people's social media pages. The quickest way to figure out what a person's interested in is their social media, whether it be cats or knitting or cooking or traveling or their family, whatever it is, it's going to be on their social media page, typically somewhere. So if you just take a minute or two to scroll it and just kind of see what they're about, it gives you some footing as to what you could say to a person to kind of help them, help you along with talking to them about the business. In the same way, if somebody right now that you did not know messaged you and they asked you a question and they said, hey, I don't know, how is everything going? How have you been lately? You know, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going? Not typically, at some point, it may prompt you to say, let me check out this person's social media page, or let me see what they've been going through, or, you know, I think a human reaction to someone messaging us, especially someone we don't really know as well, would be to go to their page and kind of figure out, like, what is this person about? Or what are they, you know, what are they saying? So again, this in the same way, I want to know too from you guys. If I was to go to your page right now, what would people see? What would I see? What would I gather from your page that's important to you? Would I think that you were successful in your business? Would I think that you love paparazzi? Would I think that you love whatever it is that you're interested in? Would I want to join your team? Would I want to be a part of what you're doing? So that's something that you want to think about with leading with your heart. You want to make sure that everything that you're posting on your social media page ties into your brand. It ties into your why. It ties into something that's important to you. So you may want to use today, or if you have some time tomorrow, to go through and kind of scrub your page of anything that doesn't fit into something that would make someone want to be a part of this. Sometimes you may have people that would love to be a part of this business, but they might not love what you're standing for. So of course you want to stand for those things that's important to you, but you want to make sure that it's nothing that would offend someone or hurt someone's feelings, or, you know, something that would steer someone away from wanting to be a part of this business. Whatever your brand is, hopefully it's something positive, hopefully it's something uplifting, and hopefully it also ties into the paparazzi mission statement, which is to change the world, you know, one accessory at a time. And that is what we're trying to do here. When you're sharing the opportunity, you're leading with your heart, and of course you're thinking about that person and what would make them want to join. And of course they can trust that, oh, she's working her business, oh, she's about this, she's kind, she's loving, look at this thing that she's doing for the community, or look at how she's, you know, loves on her family, or look at this. So again, you're drawing them in to your world and your social media, and again getting a glimpse into their world with theirs as well. Okay, so again, start with your heart, and remember to blow out lots of kisses by keeping it super simple. Now, I'm not telling you to literally kiss anybody, but again, just in your mind, try to narrow in what you're saying just to the heart part, and then as the conversation flows, you can get into more details about the nuts and bolts about the business. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, and again we're talking about the word share, is really hear hear what the person is saying. So I talked about this already with you guys, and I, you know, talked about, you know, you like asking the person, have you ever thought about it? When the person responds back to you, really listen to what they're saying. Don't just kind of overstep and just try to get more information out. Hear what they're saying to you. Are they saying that they want more money? Are they saying they're not interested at all? Are they saying no thank you, but really what they're saying is they're not as confident? Or what they're really saying is that they're afraid of something? Or what they're really saying is this. So a popular thing that I hear from people that I'm talking to about the business is, oh girl, I would love to do it, but I am so busy. I mean, it just seems like everybody's just so busy. I'm so busy, girl. I just have so much going on. I'm just busy, busy, busy. Okay. So that tells me, okay, I kind of have to read between the lines here to say, is what they're communicating to me that they just don't want to do it? Or do they want to do it, but they honestly feel a bit stressed with all the things they have on their schedule already? So my response to that is, girl, I am busy too, you know, but paparazzi is great for busy, let's say their mother, busy mamas like us. Paparazzi is an awesome business because we can set our own schedule. It's flexible. And if this is something that you genuinely think you want to do, I can work with you on creating a strategy for maybe eliminating some of the stuff that you have going on or helping you fit this in so that it doesn't feel so stressful for you. You know what I mean? I'm meeting that person right where they are, and I'm letting them know that I too, like you, am busy, but look what it's still able to do for me and my family. And I think it could do that for you. So again, listening to what they're saying, no matter what it is that they're saying, just listen and hear them. I would say to you that if you have been sharing the business opportunity and people have not really been very responsive to you, like let's say, if you would say like 90% of the messages you send out to people, they don't respond, I would bet that it comes off a little spammy, okay? I would bet that there's some piece in there that you're sharing with them that's coming off very kind of copy and paste. If you make this more from the heart, and if you really are listening and paying attention to what people are saying, including those things in your messaging or your voice notes to the person or your phone calls to a person, if you're really applying the tips with leading from the heart, listening to what they have to say, they're going to respond. And also, don't forget to compliment them. Let them know how stylish and amazing you think they are. Let them know that you've been seeing how they've been, traveling this summer and how much fun they've been having and how they can have even more fun traveling with us in paparazzi. Make it specific to that person. So let's start, and of course, not all the time is someone going to respond. Sometimes people just don't, they're not interested. That's fine. But I would say if you could tweak your approach a little bit, keeping it simple, you don't want to write them 4 paragraphs for them to read. Just maybe 2 or 3 sentences or a little voice note, less than a minute, just sharing how you feel. I promise you're going to get more responses, and then you're going to keep those lines of communication open, okay? So again, hear what they're saying, listen to what they are saying and what they're not saying, and some of those fears that they may not want to say outright, but that that you could kind of like filter out with what they're saying, okay? All right, so the A in share is going to be, you want to articulate what you feel the business is going to do for them. And I shared that with you guys already as well. You want to be able to explain what specifically to that person will make them great for paparazzi versus the next person. So I personally would talk to a mother, let's say a single mother with 2 children, different than I would my single friend who just wants to, party and travel the world. You may want to talk to someone who, is interested more in a specific aspect of the company in a certain kind of way. So if someone says that they really are strapped for money and they really don't have, they really could use an extra stream of income, you want to make sure that you are talking to that person in a totally different way and speaking to how that issue could help, how this business could help them with that particular issue. Okay, so your goal, and this is an exercise that I do with my team sometime, I have them write down 10 reasons why someone might not want to do the business. So this could be a homework assignment for you as well. Write down 10 reasons why someone may say no, or they may say they're not interested for whatever reason. Now, of course, you have to make sure you can read and listen for those hard no's. Like, no, I am not interested, girl. Like, no way, or guy, whoever's watching this, no thank you. But then there are in my opinion, most people are more along the lines of, I'm interested, but I don't really know, or there is something that may prevent me from just telling you outright yes. So write a list of 10 things. I'm too busy. I don't have the money. I thought about it before, but now it's just not a good time, or anything like that. Just write down a list of 10 things, 10 common things that maybe you've heard, or maybe you can guess someone may tell you in that kind of way. Once you write down your list, right next to it, 10 reasons of why paparazzi could help them with that issue. So if someone says, I am just so busy, I'm just, I'm so stressed out, I can't even remember the last time that I was able to even sit, let alone do something extra. This is a way that you could say to that person, hey, I totally understand, but let me tell you how paparazzi can possibly be a benefit to you. You can also say, I know you love to travel, and I haven't seen that you've been able to do that a lot lately, but paparazzi does these trips, and maybe this is a way for you to get away just for a couple of days to just relax and let your hair down. Maybe this is a way for you to have some fun. There's this sisterhood here. There's this thing. So again, with each reason next to it, just write one thing that you feel that would help the person in that kind of way. And again, they may come back and say, no, still not interested, whatever, but at least you've given them an option. And I have had people that I have legit talked to about the business, let's say January of 2019, and then I go back to them January of 2020, and they told me no the first time, but now that I'm looping back around with them a year later, they're now ready to join. They're now ready to do it. So don't count your no as a permanent no. It's never really, unless someone again gives you like that hard no, it's never really a full no. Just say maybe it's just not right now. But maybe when you loop back around with someone that you know would be a rock star in this business, they may have changed their mind, or they may have had time to think about it. Or maybe they want to just watch you and see how it's working for you in your business. So again, always loop back. And I would say even for me with my front line, again, I have about 70 people as of today on my front line. I would say that of those 70, maybe about 60 of them told me no at first. They said, oh, no, I'm not interested. No, thank you. But again, as they watched me do my business, as I may have followed up with them, some of them that I had good relationships with that I knew would be great for paparazzi, I talked to them about the business like 8 or 9 times. I will go back around every 3 or 4 months or so. I'd be like, have you thought any more about doing paparazzi? I'm just going to keep on asking you because, like in a lighthearted, I'm just going to keep on asking you because I just know you're going to be so amazing at this. And I know I need you by my side in this business. I want you to do this with me. Have you thought any more about it? No, girl, I'm still thinking about it. I haven't decided yet. Okay, well, I'm going to come back in a couple of months. So just giving you a heads up, and they just kind of giggle about it or whatever. And I sure do. In a couple of months, I come back and have you thought about it yet? Have you, and not to be pesky, but I think some of them, and I've had people tell me, I appreciate the fact that you kept coming back because it showed that you really were serious about this. And then they join and they come and they say, oh, Mel, thank you so much. I love the business. I'm so glad I said yes. Or I'm so glad I finally decided to do this. So again, don't be afraid just because someone told you no the first time. You kind of have to pay attention, like that emotional intelligence, to kind of pay attention to the cues and conversations. Because some of those people who are saying like, no, it's a not right now, so just kind of loop back with them. And also another tip for you is to keep a journal or keep a notepad or even in your phone, like notes of everyone who you're talking to about the business and what they say. If they say no, absolutely not. If they say maybe later, if they say this, that, or the other, just maybe keep a little journal so that way you can refer back to it. If you're ever talking to them about the business again, you can say, hey, 6 months ago, I reached out to you about the business. I'm not sure if it's something that you're still thinking about or not, but hey, is this something that that you may be considering? I still think you would be great at it. I still believe you would be a rock star. I would love to do this with you. What are your thoughts? In that time, of course, between the 6 months that you may have talked to them, maybe don't talk to them much about paparazzi at all. Just have genuine conversations with them. How are the kids? How was back to school night? Did you ever end up finish knitting that sweater or, whatever? So you keep those genuine relationships going because, of course, you're leading with your heart. You genuinely care about people. You genuinely want to love on them. So you keep those conversations going so it doesn't seem spammy or, that you're all about business when you do come back and you talk to them again. So again, make sure you're nurturing those seeds, watering those seeds. And again, I believe that they will come and blossom when the time is right. Okay. So again, that's A, articulate why you think this business will be a blessing to them. And the R is going to be release yourself. Again, we're doing the word share. Release yourself from any outcome, okay? So you want to go into it every morning manifesting and saying to yourself, I am going to sign an amazing business partner this week. I am going to be intentional about meeting new friends, connecting with new people on Facebook. I'm going to be intentional about hosting more parties or getting more people in my VIP group. I'm going to be intentional because this is something that means something to me. I'm going to watch a new training video every day this week because I want to learn how to be a master at sharing the business opportunity. I don't want to come off spammy. I want to come off from the heart. Let me learn as much as I can on this topic so that I can be a pro at this. So again, you're not only just waiting for people to come falling in your lap, you're going to do the work to get out here and meet people, okay? You're going to get out here and add those new friends, host those parties, get more parties from those parties, do as many vending events as you can, because again, the more people you have at the vending events, the more opportunities you have to be able to share the opportunity. I also heard someone say that they will put like a box on their table that says like now hiring, so then people might wonder like now hiring for what, or maybe you could put a little pin on your shirt that says, ask me about how this $5 bling could be a great part-time job for you this fall, something like that. Just something to kind of get people talking, while you're out. So get out in front of the lives, because we want to keep going live. We want to keep selling big, but also we want to meet new people, So again, just try to keep the buzz going, but release yourself from whether they're going to say yes or no. Release yourself from that. Just say, I'm just going to plant the seed from the heart. Whether they say yes or no is up to them, but it's my responsibility to just go ahead and just talk to them about this business. Whether they say yes, no, maybe so. They say no now, and maybe they come back, 2 months later and say yes. Release yourself, because I think a lot of times we have in our heart all this anxiety about sharing the opportunity because we don't want to hear no. Now, give me some love and some hearts if you have been anxious about that part. Like if that's the part that kind of like makes you nervous, like I don't want to hear no, I don't want my feelings to be hurt, I don't want to be rejected, I don't want, I don't want it to look crazy, or I don't want to come off, this kind of way. Whatever it is that you are feeling, shake it off, okay? Now again, just by show of like for kicks, okay? How many times do you think you have heard the word no in your lifetime? Between when you were a baby or a toddler hearing no, you can't have that cookie, to no, you didn't make the varsity team for your cheerleading squad, or no, you can't, your parents tell you, you can't go out tonight, you didn't finish your homework, or you probably heard no 1,000,000+ times, okay? So one more no is not going to hurt you, okay? We are strong and we are built with resiliency. And I would venture to say, if you've been in this business longer than 2 years, you probably can't, or even a year, you probably can't even remember the first few people that you talked to about the business. If I were to ask you, what are 3 no's that you heard 5 years ago? You probably cannot remember, okay? No's are just a part of our day-to-day. You go to Starbucks. Can I get the vanilla chai latte with almond milk? No, we don't have almond milk today. Oh man, no, that's a no. Now I have to figure out something else I want for my drink. We hear no all the time. No, it's just everywhere. So just look at sharing the opportunity as, I'm just sharing this opportunity. I'm releasing myself of whatever they're going to say, because again, it's my responsibility, almost like a missionary, to go out and spread the good news about something. If you went to a restaurant today and they had the best pasta you've ever tasted in your life, if you went to an auto shop and you got your car detailed and it was the best detailing you ever got on your car, I mean, the car was spotless. If you went to a store and they had the best sale you ever saw on shoes, it was just like the shoes were just like basically, I was getting them practically for free. Oh my gosh, these are amazing shoes. You would go to Facebook. You would call your friends and be like, hey girl, do you know at the mall, they are practically giving away these shoes? Oh my gosh, this pasta is the best pasta I ever had. This car detailing place, you guys have to check it out. It is amazing. My car smelled like heaven and, wrapped in leather when I was, like you would be so excited to tell everybody about it. That is all you're doing with Paparazzi. You're sharing the good news about Paparazzi and how amazing it's been for you in your life. So if I could go to your social media page right now, What would I see that paparazzi is doing for you? What would I see that how it's changed your life? Have you been able to put gas in your tank? Have you been able to buy lunch? Have you been able to, pay off your car note? Whatever it is that paparazzi has been able to do for you, share with others, share with the world, talk to people about this business, and think of it like not a pressure thing. If someone says no, it's their loss, because you know how much of a blessing paparazzi has been to you and others. So all you have to do is share. Release yourself of whether they say yes or not, but you're just planting a seed and letting them know about how amazing this business could be for them and how amazing it's been for you, okay? And then finally, your E is going to evaluate yourself and your story, okay? Evaluate, take a look back in the mirror at yourself and say, and I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, am I doing the right things? Am I showing up for my business? Am I consistent? Am I selling my jewelry? This is a jewelry business, Am I selling consistently? Am I, pushing my website and talking about the website? Am I getting out here hosting parties and vending? Am I doing the things? Am I someone that someone would want to join with? Now, again, you have to think to yourself, if I'm showing up and doing are going to flow from that. Whether it happens for me in month 1 or year 5, it's still going to come. And I think that we have seen examples in this business where there are some people who hit elite and they skyrocket to elite in 4 months in the business. And then there are some people who it might take them 8 or 9 years to get to elite, but their journey is their journey. Whatever happens on your journey is true to your journey. But your empire will not be built by you sitting on the sidelines, kind of waiting for it to happen. You have to be proactive at it, but it starts with you. It starts with how you show up. It starts with your mindset. How are you seeing this business? What is your mindset as it pertains to sharing the business opportunity? Is it something that you feel anxious about, or are you excited about it? If you can get excited about sharing the opportunity, that should let you know that I want to share this opportunity with one person every single day. And that's what I'm challenging my team to do this month of September. Talk to one new person about the business every day. That's 30 new people by the end of the month that now know about paparazzi. Start making those connections. Start thinking about who it is that you want to do the business with. Maybe write down 10 people that you would love to do paparazzi with. Like, if I couldn't do it with anyone, you are my top 10. Reach out to those people. Start with your heart. Tell them why you think they would be amazing at it, and do it with confidence. Do it with excitement. They're going to be able to feel, because think about it like this. If I was talking to you about something and I was like, do you think you want to do this? Do you think you want to get the shoes? Do you think you want to get, do you think you might want to get the popcorn? Do you think, okay, no problem. It's like if the energy is kind of like, timid, then people can feel that energy. They can kind of feel from you like, is she really into this? Like, is this something that she really loves? So start with you. If you have a theme song or like a song that gets you pumped up, when you're in the car and nobody's paying attention, or you're in the house getting ready for your lives or something, and you have a song that you could play and it's just like your boss song, you might want to play a song, something to get your boss, energy up. Play that song. Jump in your boss mode. Maybe put on some sunglasses in the house if you need to. Share with confidence. This is your business. You are proud of it. You are excited to be a part of it. And you want to talk to other people about it, okay? So set a goal for yourself and again, crush those goals. So I would say a great goal to have is to try to sign 3 people a month if you can. Because if you're sharing with 30 people in a month, at least 3 of them may be interested. At least 3 you can follow up with. At least 3 want to know more. Now, you kind of have to know the odds that are stacked against you, okay? You're going to have to talk to about 10 to 12, maybe even 15 to get one good person that wants to join the business. So I'm here to tell you that you're going to have to share, and you're going to have to share a lot. If you want a big empire, if you want big things to come from you, like planting those seeds, and I talk to my team, they say, Mel, I'm trying to hit director. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm talking to people about this business. It's been a month now. What should I do? And I say, okay, how many people have you talked to about the business? And they say, I've talked to like 8 people. I'm like, we're going to have to talk to some more, okay? Like, we're going to have to up the number a little bit, okay? Because you can't talk to 8 people or 10 people and think that all 10 are going to just come running to join this business. But at about 10 to 12 to 15, you may get like one that's interested, okay? Maybe about one. And then, of course, the more people you talk to, the more it will flow. One other thing that I want to talk to about evaluating yourself and what you're doing is when you are going live, when you are talking to people, you know, when you're selling your jewelry, use that as an opportunity to talk to people about the business. So again, in your business, are you currently talking to people outside of those like one-on-ones? So when you're selling your jewelry, what I always do on every single live is I say, and this is when I'm going live for longer than like an hour or something, you know, I'll say, and sometimes I say it several times throughout, I'll say, if you're looking at me and you're seeing what I'm doing and you are like, I would love to sit at home too and sell jewelry. I would love to talk to you more about Paparazzi Accessories. It has changed my life, and I think it could change yours too. We are getting, like, let's say if we're getting closer to the holidays, and this is a great time to get this fabulous jewelry in front of all your friends and family. So hit me up after. I'd love to, again, explain more about how this business works, and we can rock out together. Simple. All right, y'all. Now let me show you guys number 27 or whatever. And I just keep on going with it. But I'm planting those seeds. Throughout my live, I may say, guys, let me tell you about something great that happened with me with Paparazzi today. Oh my gosh. I was taking my kids to school today and I'm showing my jewelry. And I did this. And oh my gosh, because of Paparazzi, I was able to do blah, blah, blah. You know, oh my gosh, this business is such a blessing to me. So for all my mamas out there who have kids going to school, you know, and I just still show them the jewelry. This is a great way for you guys to planting those seeds. So throughout me sharing the business, selling my jewelry, I'm talking to people about the business. I'm constantly in a posture to share. As I mentioned to you all earlier, I was at a restaurant today. Whether it's the waitress, whether it's my Uber driver. Guys, I have signed, when I was going to the elite retreat, the guy who was sitting next to me on the plane, I was sharing the business opportunity with him, and he ended up joining the business like 2 weeks later. Not only that, but he joined the business. Then he ended up signing 3 business partners. So he now he has 4 business partners now. So he's now a director in the business. So again, you talk to everybody, and seemingly he was not the type who would want to join Paparazzi. He was like a older gentleman. He probably could be like my father's age or so. Businessman, very focused into his streams of income with businesses and stuff like that. It was nothing about him that screamed pink and boas and feathers and jewelry and everything. Nothing about him screamed that, but I just shared the business with him. This is how we're doing it. I'm on my way to Dominican Republic. They're giving us a free trip. You know, we're releasing the company, XYZ. And throughout the whole flight, I was just talking to him, and he ended up joining the business. By the end of the flight, he said to me, you know what? I think I want to join, and I want to join with the $4.99 kit. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it was like amazing. I was just like, wow, you know, you don't want to count anyone out. Uber driver, as I mentioned, I've signed my Uber driver before. When I'm in the Uber, I was going to the airport for a totally different trip. Randomly, have you ever thought about, do you know anything about Paparazzi? I have some free jewelry I want to give you. I just want to talk to you about the business and see your thoughts. Or, you know, have you ever thought about, do you know anything about it? I just want to be a blessing to you. Thank you so much for driving me to the airport. This is what we do in our business. You know, just talk, hey, we do this. If you want to make some extra money, da-da-da-da-da. By the end of the Uber ride, she was like, I want to connect with you. What's your information? I want to do this. Talk to everyone. Everybody you see is a new opportunity for you to share this business, okay? Don't count anyone out. Don't prejudge anybody. Don't kind of make up in your mind, oh, they own this Fortune 500 company. They won't be interested. Or, oh, this guy's a janitor. He's not going to be interested. Talk to people about this business. You never know if it's something that could change someone's life, and indirectly it could change your life as well. All right, so again, thanks for watching. I hope that helped someone. If you got anything from that, please give me some love so that I know that you were with me and that you may have gotten anything today that may help you